What's up, YouTube? Welcome to I Intend to Survive. We got a quick video for you today on I'm gonna call it my survival shelter. It's gonna be basically a video about emergency and survival shelters. I wanted to get out into the woods today and do it, but of course here in South Florida we're raining, so that's that. All right, a survival shelter. Now, depending on where you live, depends on what kind of shelter you want that you're gonna build. I live in South Florida. It's hot and there's bugs. My shelter will be different than people up north shelter. Lean-to, something like that, is fine up north. Colder weather, I mean, it's perfect. In South Florida, it's not. Up north, colder weather, less bugs, depending on time of the year. A simple tarp like this is all you need. You know, string it up. You know, got your ridge line. Make your lean-to. Make it however you want it, and it'll do the job for you. It will keep you dry, keep you off the ground somewhat, depending on how you set it up. Now, if you don't have to worry about bugs, mosquitoes, the tarp will work fine. I live in South Florida. I have to worry about mosquitoes year round. We're lucky if we get much cold weather down here, and if we do, it's a day or two at a time. So a lean-to will not do me any good. Now, yes, the tarp is the cheap way to go. That's a 7-foot by 9-foot tarp. Picked it up at Harbor Freight for, I don't know, $8. So, $8, some paracord, you got you a shelter. Good luck. I spent a little bit more money, not a lot. Again, you can go out and spend what you want. I'm not spending $150 for a tent. And if I did, it'd be a 3-room family, sleeps 12 people type tent. I've seen 2-man tents out there, 1-man backpacking tents, ultralight, for $150. Go ahead. Like I said, it ain't my money. I'm not doing it. So what I did for my personal survival shelter, I keep it in the back of my truck. It's with me at all times. Anytime I'm in my truck, and I take my truck everywhere. As a family, when we go somewhere, my truck goes. So I've always got something with me. One, I keep the tarp in there because that is part of my survival shelter system, is the tarp. The other part, yep, 3-person dome tent. Walmart, $30. You're out of the elements. You got that ground layer, keep you dry. And you got mosquito protection. Very important. Set up my tent. Use my tarp as a second layer of protection from rain, morning dew. I mean, it's just that's my personal shelter. That's what I choose living in South Florida as my emergency shelter options. You can go get one of the emergency blankets, the insulated two-sided, orange one side, reflective on the other side. Again, they work great, and from what I've seen, they're about the same price as I paid for that tent. You can spend more money on a tent, you can spend less money on a tent. I've seen tents for $5 flea markets. We're talking emergency shelter. We're not talking living the rest of your life in. I mean, unless you want to. I have an RV to do that if I had to. But my emergency, with me all the time shelter is a tent and a tarp. Guarantees I stay out of mosquitoes. I do a lot of hunting. I do a lot of fishing. A lot of time out in my truck. Hunting season's fixing to start. I'm getting all ready for it. And I think of the what ifs all the time. What if I'm down at the end of that old dirt road, I go out and I hunt all day and I come back and it's dark. Most places I hunt, there's not much cell phone service, and my truck won't start. I get stuck and I can't get help. Yeah, I can sleep in my truck. Fat people don't sleep good in a truck. I got extended cab. It's not comfortable. I'm crunched up like a little sardine in there. A tent, at least I can stretch out. I keep a small blanket in my truck for that specific situation. My daughter uses it most of the time when we go somewhere, because every time you turn around she's cold, so she covers up with it. But not only do I have my get home bag in my truck, I have an emergency shelter. Like I said, we're not talking long term. We're talking an overnighter in an emergency situation. It's light enough to where if I need to get away from the road, get off of the road and set it up, I can. So like I said, it's your choice, the shelter that you want to build. Nothing wrong with the lean-to shelters, nothing wrong with the nature provides shelter. Nothing wrong with that if it'll work for you. Let me tell you something from personal experience. Go camping in South Florida. Forget your insect repellent. See how fast you come home. It's terrible. It's not what you want to do. You got to make this situation for you as best as possible, as easy as possible. Best case scenario, I pull my camper everywhere I go and I ain't got nothing to worry about. Not likely. So I have a tent and a tarp. I have shelter. Will I be comfortable? Probably not. But I'll be a lot more comfortable than sitting under a lean-to tarp as a shelter, fighting mosquitoes all night and walking out of there next day with mosquito bites in places that I probably really don't want them. So like I said, my advice is, where you're going to be, the areas that you are, what's best for you and your location. Pack your bag, your equipment accordingly, and you should be able to get out all right. I'm planning a lot more videos coming up. Got some pretty good ones in mind. I really do hope y'all like them. I hope you watch them. I hope you like what you see, and if you do, give me that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and keep watching.